guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 42 of Building Stuff. Today we're building a Dennys diner. So let's get everything connected and up and running. So yeah. Hello, Carol plays Roblox, Flip, Clip and Gacha. Welcome to live stream. Alright, let's get everything up and running. Let's start building Dennys diner.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Dennys diner slash food restaurant. Yeah, I really didn't know exactly how to classify this place. Thank you to all of my lovely people that suggested that I make a Dennys. I had loads of you guys suggesting it. Hopefully you can see some of yourselves on the screen right now. Thank you so much for leaving this suggestion and carrying on the city builds tutorial playlist. I love making these builds, and I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that does support this series and does leave suggestions. Thank you so much, everybody. But without any further ado, why don't I show you how to make your very own Dennys? Let's do this. So, just before we start building, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that these are all of the materials that we... are going to be using for the outside of our Dennys. Please make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of them as well. However, later on we are going to be moving to the inside of our Dennys, which requires a whole load of other different materials which we can't carry with us now. I'll let you know what those are when we do actually get to that point. But for now, just grab those. The amount of ground space your Dennys is going to take up is about a 24 by 26 block area. Please do make sure that you have enough room to make it. Maybe even make this grid in your world if you want. I'd always suggest doing that if you're planning out a city. And that's it. Make sure that you have all of those materials. Make sure you've got enough room to make it. Make sure that you're ready for a delicious diner style breakfast. And once you are, we can begin. Okay, so step one, food friends, come all the way to the front left-hand corner of your grid. From this corner, I want you to count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then right by 1. You see, if you've made the grid, we're both starting in the same place, so there's no surprises. On top of this block, place a red concrete. And 2 to the right. Place 5 terracotta going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place 3 terracotta in front. 1, 2, 3. Place 3 birch planks on top. 1, 2, 3. Place 7 birch planks going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Just gotta make sure that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good.
Place 2 going down. 1, 2. Place terracotta underneath. 3 going backwards. 1, 2, 3. Place 4 terracotta going right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 red concretes going right. 1, 2, 3. 2 red concretes going back. 1, 2. Then 10 terracotta going back. 1, 2.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 red concrete going backwards as well. 1, 2, 3. Have 2 red concretes going inwards. 1, 2. 16 terracottas going right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 3 more red concrete going right. 1, 2, 3. Come towards the front and place 2 red concrete. 1, 2. 10 terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
A little kids table here.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And then 2 red concrete. The end result will be this shape. Perfect. Kind of looks like an astronaut's helmet or a light bulb, one of the two. Now that you have done this, I also want to add a little bit of structure to the top of our Dennys. So, coming to the top left-hand corner of the entrance area where we have all of this birch, I want you to place a dark oak wood stair on top of the front left-hand corner block. Go right of it by 1. I want you to place a red concrete behind.
Should I go good
On top of it, I want you to place 6 red concretes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Go right of it by 5. 1, 2, 3.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4, 5. I want you to go backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend across and connect all the way back up to the top front corner. Extend all of the red concretes backwards so that they are equal in length to...
I'm gonna put a little shelf here. I'm gonna put the 2
all the red concretes, which basically means extend down all of those red concretes that you placed all the way up at the top. And in doing that, you will also make the front and the sides and pretty much everything involved with the sign. This is where the sign for our Dennys is going to be. This is...
Put the table here.
Well, other than the shape of the actual restaurant, this is what is going to separate it from the other buildings. We have quite a large, colourful sign, and we will actually write out Dennys inside of the sign as well later on. Feel free to fill the top of this in using glass or red concrete or yellow, or fill it in with whatever really. The end result will be this. I want you to grab your yellow concrete.
No chairs there because you've got the kitchen there.
Come all the way up to the top left-hand corner of the front of the sign. Come down by 1, 2. Place 2 yellow concretes coming down.
The little tie cable.
Extend the yellow concretes across the front of the sign. Take the 2 middle blocks at the
Then the
top
glass table
and the
and
bottom
TV,
and extend
maybe
them
I could
down.
have like a...
That kind of reminds me of the Chevrolet badge actually, you know, like the car?
Oh yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about. So that is what we want to have for the front of our Dennys so far. We will alter that later. So what we also want to do is we kind of want to build up a little bit the roofing area around the side of our Dennys. So what we're going to do is behind this set of stairs that we have here, I want you to place a birch plank,
Just go up
and then
there.
place one come up and behind, another one, and then that's it. You then want to go back, and then place like a birch plank coming down and
Oh yeah, I
back.
forgot. I'm gonna place.
And then maybe just another one as well. So that's the sort of shape that we're looking for. You want to have the exact same thing on the opposite side as well. So you'll want to have 1, 2, 3, go right, and then start coming down like that. So you kind of just want to tentatively make that shape with your birch planks. That'll become more important later on.
Again, what's
We are going
this?
to make the entrance area as well. So when it comes to the entrance of your Dennys, it is situated right here in this big empty rectangular space.
I need.
Grab your glass and sat one block inwards from the actual outside entrance. You want to one row inwards, place a glass block on both sides. Raise
I'll get
the
rid of
glass up by one. Place black concrete on top. Connect it.
I'm gonna put a fork. There we go, and there's pretty much some of the inside all done. Oh, bedroom.
Together at the top. Place black concrete left and right of the glass, and later on we will be able to slot a double door there. I also want you to build up the walls left and right of the entrance. This is easily done by adding birchwood planks, coming up from the to meet the birchwood just up above. The same has to be done on the opposite side as well. Birchwood planks being placed up from those terracottas will now give us a nice boxed in entrance. We have to add windows on the front as well. There are 2 windows. One of them is normal, and it is placed on the centre 2 blocks of the row of 4 terracotta that you have on the left and right side. Place a 2 by 2 square of...
Please support Australian-owned businesses such as Agas National. Take a look at your current gas supplier's bill, and we will take $20 off their current 45-kilo gas bottle price.
glass, either glass pane or glass block, on top of the centre of the terracotta.
Looks good. Thanks.
So, on top of the 2 middle blocks, 2 by 2. There is another window, however these are a little bit different. You want to grab your red concrete
Alright.
and take
And then your inside, look Jenna, my inside is done.
of Dennys.
Gonna tell you,
And you want to place 3 red
realistic.
Yeah.
on top of the
Clara,
left and right
bathroom,
sides.
which is now, by
1,
the
2,
way.
3.
Then that's
1,
it. That's pretty much it for the
2, 3.
inside. Let's
And you want to
we're
join
gonna
them
put,
in
like,
the middle, so
there's no
1,
room for seats
1,
anyway.
1.
Wow,
And
there we
then
go. It
place
looks
glass.
decent. Alright, that's at the
In the middle of
driveway.
this. The same has to be done on the opposite side, so we'll simply take this side, we'll place...
This one wants this, put it like that. Then I'm gonna build a garage over this.
1,
Little
2, 3,
driveway, yeah.
1, 2, 3, join them in the middle. And then glass in the centre of that. And of course, as I mentioned, you can use glass pane if you so choose. What we now want to do is we want to place birchwood planks on top of those red sections. The birchwood planks, once placed on top of the red concrete, you want to extend the birchwood plank right towards the centre of Dennys, up by 1, and then join it right, like this. And then you want to fill the surrounding window in using birch planks,
There's the
like
entrance
this.
to it.
And you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. So birch planks on top of the red concrete area, extend the birch 1 row inwards
Hold
towards
on.
the middle, up, and then across. And that will give us that. And that is perfect. That's exactly what we want to have so far. The next thing that we're going to do is work on the actual left and right sides. These are quite easy. So, what are we going to do on here? We need to add a load of windows. So, starting from the front, going back, on top of the terracotta, you want to follow this pattern. Birchwood plank, to glass. Birchwood plank, to glass. Birchwood plank, to glass. Birchwood plank. Make that row double. So on top of all of the birchwood planks, add birchwood planks, and on top of the glass, place glass. Place 3 rows of birchwood planks on top of this. It's actually 2. I miscounted. You want to have 2 rows of birchwood planks on top of this to make it even with the front of the building. Additionally, what we did with the front corners of the front of the building, we want to do with the back corners at the back of the building. Meaning we want to take the 2 corner, the left and right sides of what I'll call the arrowhead for obvious reasons. You want to extend it up by 3 using red concrete. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you want to join them together in the middle at the top. And then place glass in between like this. And then place birchwood planks on top of this, like so. We are then going to take that birchwood plank that we extended across the back here.
Hello.
Extend it right one.
Hello, Ansel Rion Silva. Welcome to live stream.
Up one as well. You'll notice that it is the same on the front of the building. We're now going to do the same on the opposite side of the build in terms of the windows and birch and red concrete and all of that. So on top of this terracotta here, we're going to place a birch plank, 2 glass, birch plank, 2 glass, birch plank, 2 glass, birch plank. Double up on the row, which simply means add the exact same row on top. And then add 2 rows, I got it right this time, 2 rows of birchwood planks. So that makes it nice and even and smooth with the front of the building. We want to do the same thing that we have done everywhere else with this red area, which means 1, 2, 3 red concretes, 1, 2, 3 red concretes, join them together at the top, and place glass in between, like this. Place birchwood planks on top of the red concrete, and extend the birchwood plank inwards towards the centre, up by 1, and then extend across and join. Fill in the remaining area using birchwood planks, like this. So all in all, you will end
There'll be another entrance at the back there.
Exactly.
What?
There'll be another entrance at the back here to the basement.
Oh, I thought it was my Dennys. That's where the kitchen will be.
No, I meant no.
Look at this.
But there's already a house here. It's just on stilts.
Okay.
On the bricks. It's nice. I'm not lying. These houses are.
And now that
pretty
you
nice.
have done that, you will have most of the building complete. I would like to take care of the roof before anything else. It's very important to me, I don't know why. So, when it comes to the roof, it's actually really simple. We have a little mini roof just above the entrance. We're going to place
There we go. Now I
dark
need
open
a
slabs
gate.
across the top of the front of the entrance. We're going to extend the slabs out left and right. And then all of the
put gates
other
on that
above
too.
areas, we want to have dark oakwood stairs. This will come up as high as the birchwood planks that we placed earlier. That's why we placed them. So we'll place dark oakwood stairs coming up as high.
There we go. There's a little gate to it. And you're like, la 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 la, coming home to your Queensland house. And you're like, coming up the steps, opening up your door, and going inside to your beautiful house.
Or if they fall off.
Okay, that's a safety precaution. I'll put iron bars. Hold on, I'm gonna put cement a little bit over here. Right, that. I need to get my smooth boards in. That, then get the iron bars. Put them out, then that. Oh. There we go. There's iron bars. The brick. I'm not sure to do the brick. I might just. I'm gonna put a little thing over once I've done the.
As the birch wood plank, and then we'll have the stairs come back down again. So they'll come back down and probably sit about here, I would say, maybe even a little bit higher. And then underneath these, we are going to place upside down
there's gonna be
stairs
the
because it
undercover bit.
top open stairs, I should say, because it looks a little bit.
Then I'll put the fences there. So let's start putting in the fences. So I'm gonna put one there, then one there.
And then underneath these, we are going to place upside down birchwood stairs because it, or dark oakwood stairs, I should say, because it looks a little bit nicer. And you can do that wherever possible, like that. And that might even involve placing a little bit more birchwood planks as well. So you get kind of like a smooth finish. And you can do that wherever possible.
I'm not sure if they want to.
And that might even involve placing a little bit more birchwood planks as well. So you get kind of like a smooth finish.
Do that, but
we're going to have the same thing on the opposite side. So of course we want to have the dark oakwood stairs running up and back and down like this, and then we extend them.
no. We only need to learn a bit. Here we go. Oh, iron bars for this one too. How did I go with that? Oh yeah, I got.
Cross, like so. And then we place upside down dark oakwood stairs underneath, like this, here, and here. And we would also want to place birchwood planks underneath that part too.
Alright, so I want this bit grass. Let's get this bit grass.
And it just keeps the area looking quite nice and clean. We are going to connect the birch wood on the front of the build to the back of the build where possible. So that means connecting the top part together like this. This is one of the few restaurants where I have actually chosen to keep keep the roof just nice and simple, seal it up. In certain places you may find that you have to delete a couple of stairs.
This one will be joining, so it will have a gate there. I think I'm gonna do grass here, then flowers there. And I think they want flowers there. Now I'm gonna grass this bit here. I think they want flowers there too. That's there, and they just want this bit grassed. Then just leave that bit grass because no diamond. Now let's put some traditional Australian bushes in. They're not bushes in.
That's perfectly fine. We are simply going to fill the top of this Dennys in using birchwood planks. So you don't really have to think about it too much at all.
I'll grass
You simply connect the front and the back of this together. Whether it's the middle high bit or whether it's the side lower parts, doesn't really matter. It all falls.
Cross. Now I've got to do something about the back garden.
Alexa, play Taken Shots by Post Malone.
Playing specific songs.
Can you turn it down a little bit, Alfie?
Amazon Music Unlimited.
The Taken...
This is a station based on Taken Shots by Post Malone.
The exact same sort of pattern in that you just connect it front to back. It doesn't really matter that much because there's an interior ceiling anyway, and all that means is that we're going to be placing
Alright, there we go. Now
white concrete actually
built
inside the top of the building, and you're not even going to see the virtual planks that we're placing. But if you don't have the virtual planks, then if you have a look at the top of your Dennys, it would look kind of weird. So that is what we want to have so far. We've connected it all together. We're now going to use dark oak wood slabs to add a trim to...
Alexa, stop.
And all that means is that we want to take both halves of Dennys, the upper part and the lower half, and we want to place dark oak wood slabs going all the way around the top of our birch wood plank parts. And that's it.
Calling out is precise.
So dark oak wood slabs around the top of our birch wood plank parts like this. So you see, it immediately adds a nice effect. We want the same thing just below, so just around the top of this section, and I don't know whether I prefer this, but I'm going to add an additional dark oak wood slab, just coming inwards, so that it kind of so that it kind of just sits a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna get my carpet. Actually, yeah, my carpet.
Into the other part, like behind. I'm so bad with these slabs, so like, I just kind of like, I don't know whether I like it coming inwards a little bit like that, or whether I prefer something, say, like this.
What is that?
It's such a small detail
That's a cover.
that it shouldn't
say
even
cover.
really be thought of.
Yeah, but Alfie, look.
What?
Look at that. Go there. Go to basic. Go, Alfie.
What?
Go to the stairs. What is that? Place stone there. That will be much better.
Stone where?
At the bottom of the iron bars.
No, I kind of like them floating.
Okay.
Oh look, you come in here.
What's this house?
A typical Queenslander house. And this has actually got an inside, so...
What are you going to build now next to the typical Queensland house?
Oh, another house there. Like 2 houses out here.
I airdropped you the photo of that house that you saw in an ad, right? Wait, Alfie, finish Smith Toys.
No, I'll do that tomorrow maybe.
Wow, but I'm thinking about it.
That
so,
house
you
will
know,
go
do which
next
one
to this
you
house
would.
here.
Okay.
And we're just going to
Okay.
across, and you can see what a huge difference that makes. Doesn't that look so much better? I certainly think it does. But now that we've done that, we're going to add just a couple more details to Dennys and to the outside of Dennys also. So we're going to use string, red carpet. What?
I'm gonna go to our house.
Need string.
What, Jane, do you want curtains or do you want to leave it blank?
Curtains. Do trapdoors. Do trapdoors.
I found out a new hat trick. Banners for long. Like this, look. And put the trapdoors on top. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Then you'll look, it looks amazing. And where's your windows? No, not on the top one. Curtains there. Let's get rid of these. Oh, right, got stolen one too. Okay, right, it's time.
Grey concrete, oak leaves, poppies. And then we're going to need crafting tables, yellow banners, and red dye. But we'll also kind of need the smooth stone too.
There we go. Oh, that's how you get the kiwi then. Oh yeah, the one on top of the door. There we go, we got little blinds on the house. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. So you've got little blinds. Let's go back to. Oh look! A chimney. I can make this actual chimney.
Dennys.
Every single window that doesn't include these corner windows with the red concrete, I want you to place string with red carpet above the windows. The string is placed directly in front of the glass, and the carpet is of course just placed. On top of the string. It gives you a cool effect with the windows. A lot of restaurants, a lot of places, a lot of buildings in general have canopies above the windows. That's what these are. Canopies are basically just overhangs made out of usually something like cloth or felt, or something to that effect. They're usually made out of some sort of soft material where the rain kind of like bounces off. And that's what that's for. I'm going to get rid of the string and red carpet because we shouldn't need it really again probably. And we're going to grab smooth stone and for later some sort of soft material. Canopies above the windows. That's what these are. Canopies are basically just overhangs made out of usually something like cloth or felt, or something to that effect. They're usually made out of some sort of soft material where the rain kind of like bounces off. And that's what that's for. I'm going to get rid of the string and red carpet because we shouldn't need it really again probably. And we're going to grab smooth stone and for later some oak wood planks. I'm going to make a couple, and by the way, depending on where you're making your Dennys, you may or may not want to do this. It's completely up to you. So whether or not you want to customize the outside a little bit, I always think it's nice to have something like this out in front of like restaurants and stuff like that. So I'm going to dig out the areas left and right of Dennys. So the grass patches left and right of Dennys, I'm digging them out and replacing them with smooth stone. So these are...
And on the new roads here. There you go, it's speeding up there. Traffic lights that made a mistake there.
How about we add street turnings?
Don't have to make. Look, the hole.
Street turnings?
Yeah.
With the like.
They have a lot.
Alfie,
What?
you know street turnings?
Yeah.
You know turnings, we should have like signs to tell you what street it actually is.
Yeah. Let's have a little stage here. By the way, this is important.
Just the two patches of grass out in front of Dennys on the left and the right, like this. And we're going to place smooth stone in there. Perfect.
That's quick. Look at that. Got a little going across here, and we got a new one. And I got a spoon it up to the second.
Add street signs, Alfie.
Oh, they're too tricky.
What?
They're too tricky to make.
No, street turnings, you know, like say for example turn like there
Yeah.
onto like a street. Make those.
Actually, I want to see these lights. Look. See, I made this is a mistake I made. See, look, there goes the traffic lights on. Yeah.
To have another row of smooth stone that sits directly in front of all of this. So the smooth stone is going to sit directly in front of all of Dennys. I'm going to dig out the area in front of the doors and replace it with smooth stone. And the area in between the doors as well, I'm going to dig it out and replace it with oak planks.
The apartment.
Alternatively,
Look, here's the
whatever flooring material you want to use in Dennys, use that instead.
Look, do you remember? Look at
Again,
the
I'm
fence.
no plank, so that's why.
Yeah.
What we are going to do is dig out the 4 middle rows between the 2 black concrete areas, and I'm going to dig forwards towards the outline of the build, the grid, and I'm going to replace these rows using
Oh yeah, I remember I have a fireplace here too.
stone, or some smooth stone, I should say. I was going to call it stone slabs. Like this. I want to place left and right of this. I actually want to have some poppies or some flowers left and right of this walkway. I have some concrete in my way at the moment, so I'm just going to have to quickly grab some grass, and I'm just going to destroy, and place some flowers, because I really like that next to the paths. I'm going to completely rip out all of the remaining grass left and right of the pathways that we have created. All of this is going to be car parking spaces on both the left and right side. I almost always put these in, because number one, it kind of makes the area look a little bit better. I quite like having a little something inside, or in front of the building, I should say. I think it makes it look a little bit cleaner. But also, you can put some cars here, which would be quite cool. Next to the poppies, I'm going to place a row of white concrete with 3 rows of grey concrete next to it, with then another row of white concrete, and I'm going to repeat the pattern over and over again. until we eventually reach the outline of the grid. So that's quite a simple pattern to remember. White concrete, 3 rows of grey,
And this
then
one will
white,
also have an incorrect
3 rows of grey,
and this will also have a correct interior.
and then white.
There we go.
Like that.
There's a lamp.
I'm going to get rid of the grass for a second because I noticed that the left and right side of our restaurant has a load of white concrete there. I'd prefer that to be smooth stone because it follows on from what we have on the side of our restaurant, so you can see now we can just kind of like walk up on the side of it. So, just like this. Perfect. Before we do the final part of the outside, which is going to be the sign, by the way, I always leave that until last, we are going to do some pre-preparations for the inside of the build. So,
I'm gonna add leaves around it.
Look at the now wait until the end. Look at a fence up. Oh, I'm gonna put a fence up somewhere.
Hello, Cade and Clifford. Welcome to the live stream.
I'm just going to dump these materials into my inventory at the moment. And we're going to add things inside the build like the ceiling and the lights and stuff. Because there's a lot of crossover between these. We're going to use white concrete, redstone lamps, block of redstone. We'll need a lot of oak planks, a little bit of glass, that's glass pane. We'll need some dark oak wood stairs and some red concrete. And I don't know if there's any more crossover, but I'll point it out if we get to it. Oh, there is also quite a lot of red carpet as well. Okay, so grab these materials and head inside. So inside the building, the first thing that we're going to do is rip up the floor. The floor is currently made out of grass. That's a no-go. I don't know how many restaurants that you guys have... Maybe if it's a vegan restaurant, or maybe if it's like a vegetarian restaurant, maybe there's grass on the floor, but not in most places. So we're going to rip up all of this and replace it with oak planks. You can use any material that you like for the actual floor. I'm not really telling you exactly which to use. Just kind of use the ones that you want to use, pretty much. That's all you've got to do. I'm also realising at this point we are going to need some glass block as well, but we can sort that out in a moment. But here's some suggestions.
This time I'm gonna do a community cause I'll do it.
If you want to keep the area bright, use something bright. Oak wood is actually quite bright, hence why I'm using it. But you could alternatively use white. In a lot of places I like iron block, I also like quartz, I also like white concrete. I wouldn't use really dark materials. You can, but you're going to have to make sure that everywhere else is well lit up. Feel free to also use smooth stone. Smooth stone isn't a horrible material because it also kind of follows on from the outside, and it looks like a sort of flooring material that you might see on the inside of like a shop or a restaurant, or however you want to classify this place. I'll leave all of that up to you. Bear in mind, it doesn't matter that much. It matters, but it's not like the most important decision, because we're going to be filling in a lot of the floor with stuff. You're not going to see a huge amount of the floor, whether it be carpet or seating or reception areas. Like, a lot of it's going to be covered up, so it's not a massive deal. Okay, so now that we've hit this point, ladies and gentlemen, we want to add the ceiling. The ceiling is made out of white concrete and sits directly above the windows, which also means it sits directly above the entrance and conveniently, almost as if it was planned, covers up all of the imperfections in the ceiling. That's the real reason why the headspace is a little bit tight, but it also
that part. Where's the oh yeah, there's that flower. Flower this is. I quite like these. I'm actually making a realistic path.
Typical Queenslander house. Typical Queenslander house.
Play something now.
Look at this. The tallest tower in the world.
Not in the wall, but the star. There we go. I'll leave that dirt because I don't want to grass it. There we go.
Let's go up and down.
I'm gonna go back inside this one more time. Quite nice. Yeah. Right, you're just looking at the bathroom window. You see the creepy stuff house. I might still blind on this.
Makes the interior cozy. It really actually does add quite a little bit of something to the interior to have it so cozy. You probably won't have seen the inside of the build by this point unless you've been very naughty and you've skipped ahead. But it is quite a cozy sort of lounging eating area. It's really quite nice. You'll see as we progress through the build what I'm talking about. But we're adding all of this white concrete in. That is again because I like the insides of these buildings being fine unless there's a reason not to make them that way. And what we're also going to do is add some ceiling lights into, well, the ceiling. These are going to be redstone lamps, and the positions of these are really like, you can really just kind of put them wherever. So here's how I figured out where I want them. We have the entrance, right? We have this black concrete of the upper left of the entrance and this black concrete of the upper right of the entrance. So here and here. I would like these to be extended back, and I would like lights in the ceiling where the birch planks are. Like these to be extended back, and I would like lights in the ceiling where the birch planks are on the side of the build. I always find it best to make lights coincide with key structural points of the build like this. Because then, as you're looking into the ceiling, it's like, why are they lighted with key structural points of the build like this? Because then, as you're looking into the ceiling, it's like, why are there lights there? Why does that make sense? And then it kind of does. And then it kind of does make sense because, like, you notice that it kind of just lines up. Like, even if you don't, like, actually, like, full-on, like, notice, be like, oh, that's where they go. Like, it kind of looks right as you look around. And you will find that this is really quite
in work house. Oh yeah. Oh, a tree! Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, nice, yeah.
What did you add?
Trees.
Add some more trees to make it look very nice. Add some bone meal.
Ooh. There's no honey. I want to have a,
Say run free. Say run free, little. Run free, little. Bees. Run free.
three little bees and go and collect your nectar from here. Oh, there's none in this tree. There we go. This one, doing it just like it's gonna be in a boring path to this. Why am I trying this one? What's going on?
Right. If you try and add ceiling lights in the form of redstone lamps that require an activation block further out underneath these parts, you won't have enough room. Like you'll have to like how far do you have to go? Like here. Like it depends how far out you go. You could add another row if you wanted to, but this is quite enough really. So now that we've added that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to add a bit of detail to two corners of the build. I'm going to get rid of the lamp and the redstone, and I'm going to grab black stained glass block. So there are three corners of Dennys that I want to extend the corner blocks inwards, right? So this sort of formation here, I want to take the left corner, the back left corner, and the right corner. And I want to place red concrete coming inwards to form the same sort of shape that we have outside. And I want to extend both of the red concretes in like this. Actually, that looks horrible. So what I think we'll do is we'll take the corner and extend it upwards, and then we'll add glass like this. So something like that doesn't look too bad, really. Yeah, that actually looks better than what we were about to do. So we're going to do the same thing with this corner. We're just going to kind of like turn it into like a square. We're going to extend the corners up, and then glass on both of the sides like this. place red concrete
Oh, stop!
in the corner of with glass in between like this. And we do not do it to the front right side. This side is a no. But whilst we are talking about this side, there is a booth here. The booth requires red concrete. We're going to place a red concrete in the corner, extend it left to and right to like this. Place dark oak wood stairs around the inside like that. Once you've
I'm gonna
done
start moving on
we
the
are
top
going to
now.
place
Stop
oak
killing me!
outwards from the corner here where we have the terracotta. We're going to place 5 oak planks coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect to the ceiling, then fill the middle
Let's
of the
stop being
skip
annoying.
using black stained glass
Yes, you
tape.
are.
On the
Says the person that's being annoying.
I'm not. I'm not being annoying.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
You've done moments now. I'm not. I'm not being
Yes.
annoying.
Yes, you are.
You're doing it. I'm not. Stop. Stop with the Dennys. Stop. I don't spill the Dennys.
To have some chairs. So in this corner we're going to place ourselves a chair with a dark oak wood stair, leave a gap and place an opposite facing dark oak wood stair. Leaving a gap of 1 from the booth on this side as well. You actually want to leave a gap of, just a gap of 1 should do. We're going to place a chair, leave a gap, place a chair on the opposite side like this. What we are also going to do, now that we have done that, is we are going to make the counter. That requires red concrete. So the red concrete, actually it requires terracotta. It doesn't require red concrete at all, it uses terracotta. So we're going to place terracotta coming outwards from this.
Maybe please just stop. Don't! Kill me. Don't! I will smack it out your sausage hands. Don't kill me. Don't.
Terracotta here, so like on the side where you've got these 2 windows closest towards the back, coming left of this terracotta, I want you to place 11 more terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, done it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Place 1 terracotta coming back, leave a gap, and then 3 connecting to the wall. Coming along the back wall, I want you to leave a gap of 2, and then place 4 red concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Once we have done that, we are going to make more of the structure. So I want you to come towards this corner of Dennys. So like as you come through the entrance, it's just on the left hand side here. Leaving a gap of 2, I want you to place a red concrete. And then in front of it a dark oak wood stair. Leave a gap, place an opposite stair. Behind that, place red concrete with a dark oak wood stair in front of it. leave a gap, place an opposite stair, then red concrete. Extend the red concretes across by 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and place dark oak wood stairs extending across as well, just like this.
Forgotten interior. When we get to the house that I built, I'm just gonna get to.
I then want you to place oak wood planks on the sides of all of this. So we're going to place oak wood planks on the side of this, like so.
This is it.
And the oak wood planks aren't going to extend or anything like that. They just want to box
I'm gonna
these
get bars on the
boots.
front.
We're going to use black stained glass paint
the
to
inside.
connect the red concrete upwards, like so. So it wants to actually connect to the ceiling. It should only require 2 rows.
And this is the
And you
inside.
want to do this
Let me
for
grab it.
all 3 of these.
Alright, so this is what the inside looks like. And it's a bit of an updated interior. And I'm not sure what I could add for the back garden
So
here.
here, and then we're going to place it here.
And yes, I do have a basement
And
down
here
there.
as well.
I do have a basement
Coming along this wall,
downstairs.
we want to have, I believe it's 2 tables, okay? So we want to have a dark oak wood stair here, pressed against this red concrete. The same on the opposite side. We're then going to leave a gap of 2
that's
this
my
side, and then
house
place
done, and
opposite
it's the back
facing
side
dark
of the
oak wood
house.
stairs, like this. And then in the middle of these later, you might want to place a little bit of decoration or something. But, ladies and gentlemen, I know that that was quite tedious. I know that was quite long. Half of my head's missing. But that's a lot of work for the inside done. The next part of that will be decorating the inside itself. We'll be adding loads of like carpet, and we'll be adding like paintings and stuff and lightening the place up a bit. The last thing that I do want to do that's sort of kind of the inside is I just want to put doors on this, which I don't have on me for some weird reason, but we're going to be using dark oak wood doors, and we're just going to place them right at the entrance like that. So, well done, ladies and gentlemen, for making it this far. We've made a huge amount of Dennys. I'm very proud of you for everything that we've just done there. We are now going to make the sign, my least favorite.
Go faster for less with iPrimus. Save $15 a month on premium NBN. That's just $75 a month.
Part. The sign requires us to grab a crafting table, 6 yellow banners, red dye, and yellow dye.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so D. Wait. DENYS.
We begin, of course, by placing the crafting table on the ground, and we open it up. I would recommend moving stuff so that you can have all of your banner materials somewhere in the top left-hand corner area. Our first letter is, of course, D. So place a yellow banner in the centre of the table with red dye coming top to bottom of the right side. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle right of the table with a yellow dye in the middle to the left of it. Grab the new banner and place it in the centre of the table with red dye coming along the bottom. Grab the new banner and place it in the centre of the table with red dye coming top to bottom of the left side. Grab the new banner and place it in the centre of the table with red dye coming along the top. That is D. We're going to make E, which is a brand new yellow banner in the middle of the table and red dye coming up the left side top to bottom. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table, with red dye coming along the top. Grab the new banner and place it in the top middle of the table, with red dye coming along the middle. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table, with red dye coming along the bottom. Grab the new banner, and that is E. Let's make N. Brand new banner in the middle of the table, with red dye coming top to bottom of the left side. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle of the table, with red dye coming top to bottom of the right side. Grab the new banner and place it in the middle left of the table, with red dye top left corner to bottom right. Grab the new banner, and that is your N. You're actually going to need 2 N's, so if you're not in creative mode, make another one. Now we are going to make Y. Yellow top, yellow banner in the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, spells Dennys. We're missing an N, but we can double up on that one. I guess that's Dennys. So, we're going to place the Dennys sign left to right on top of this thick middle bit of yellow concrete. So D-E-N-N-Y-S. There we go, Dennys. That looks fantastic. So just before we move on to the inside of Dennys, one last decision that you might want to make is you may want to add a couple of leaf areas outside of the front of your Dennys, just to kind of break up these stone areas. It actually really looks quite nice, and it does break up kind of like the...
Hello, Jedi, Joe 18, welcome to the live stream.
Dennys doing that. It does look quite nice that way. I'll leave that up to you though. Feel free to add that or not. Now, once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, you have actually completed the entire outside of the building. And some of the inside as well, actually. So we're going to get rid of all of our materials. We're going to grab brand new ones. The materials that we are going to need for the inside are all of these materials that I'm now showing you.
How has the bills been coming along? Oh, pretty good.
The screen, so please do make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of those materials as well. And once you do have them all, we can move to the inside. And I actually have to grab them for myself as well, so I'll be back in just a second. I'm back! I have just finished grabbing all of those materials that I showed you on the screen just before. If you haven't finished grabbing them, please pause the video until you have every single one of them. And once you do have them all, just like I do, we can begin. So, the first thing that we have to do, of course, is come inside of our building. Looking pretty good already. The first thing that I want to do actually inside of the building, however, is I want to add some seats to the bar. Well, it's not really a bar, kind of like to the cashier / ordering area. It's not really a bar, but it does have some bar stools. So, starting from the front left corner here, I want to place on every other block an oak fence, just to make some stools. I'm going to place red carpet on top of these, and you can alternate with yellow carpet if you like. Additionally, I'm going to place a couple of cash registers, so where people can pay, and you guys know how cash registers work. I'm going to place one here, and maybe even like one here at the end or something like that, or maybe even one in between these seats. Along this back wall, I want to slot 2 sets of furnaces in between the red concretes. And I'm going to place stone brick stairs which look like extractor fans above the furnaces. I also want to perhaps, maybe I might even chuck a sea lantern on the corner here, just to add a little bit of brightness. Additionally, I'm going to add, in between where we have all of the tables, I'm going to place oak fence in between all of the dark oak wood stairs that we have dotted around the place. And once I've placed all of these, because of course this is going to be the table portion, so in between absolutely everywhere, I'm then going to add red carpets and yellow carpets and red carpet, yellow carpet, because of course this is going to be the table portion, so in between absolutely everywhere, I'm then going to add red carpets and yellow carpets and red carpet, yellow carpet, kind of like a tongue twister, going all the way in between all of the seating. So again, you...
Can you build ice wallow? Come. I don't know what ice wallow is.
You can use whatever colours you like. For these booth areas, I kind of like the idea of using yellow. And on the outskirts, I might stick to using red. But you could in all of the seating. So again, you can use whatever colours you like. For these booth areas, I kind of like the idea of using yellow. And on the outskirts, I might stick to using red. But you could even use red and yellow to alternate. I quite like that. I'm going to also add some lanterns hanging above the tables. This makes sense above the centre of the actual table, because you've got a row of 3, place a lantern hanging from the ceiling above the middle, like this. So here, and here. You might even want to, can't really do it here that well, on the opposite side as well here, so maybe like just above where this table is, maybe just here. Probably don't need another one because it's quite well lit up already. If you want, you can of course add torches around the area as well, so like if you wanted to, like here and back here are bad choices because it is quite dark around the kitchen area. Additionally, I'm just going to add a single row of oak wood slabs where the booth areas are, just to make them look a little bit private, so like you can see from the...
Looking good. Thanks, Carol Plays Roblox.
Outside now, that just looks a little bit more private, doesn't it? Like, makes it look a little bit more interesting. I like the idea that there might be a slight waiting area in Dennys, so I'm actually going to place dark oak fence coming outwards from the first booth that you see as you walk through the door. I'm going to place 2 dark oak fence here and here, and I'm going to grab all of the remaining materials: brewing stands, flower pots, item frames, chests, screw straps.
Is that your mother yelling in the background? No, yeah, no, she's not yelling, she's just talking to my dad on the phone. What happens?
paintings, yellow glazed terracotta, oak, leaves, and a lectern. And we're going to place a lectern just on this left side, so that's kind of like if somebody's like booked, or just to keep track of like how many seats there are and stuff, that's what the lectern is for. We're using some yellow glazed terracotta to kind of like add a little bit of colour and life to the place. You can add like a plant here in this corner maybe. You can do a similar thing in between the two chairs that you have on this side. I was kind of thinking maybe just a little bit of glazed terracotta there too. You can add paintings wherever you sort of feel necessary. So like if say you wanted to have a couple of paintings here on this side. Like here and here, then you could obviously feel free to. You can add paintings wherever you sort of feel necessary. So like if say you wanted to have a couple of paintings here on this side, like here and here, then you could obviously feel free to. You might even want to have like a painting on this back wall here. I like the idea of having a collage painting. Now what does that mean, you might be wondering? Well, I like the idea of having a double painting here, or maybe just like here, and then underneath it to the left, I like the idea of having another double painting. Not the same one, not that one either. Something like that, right? So, like right in the middle, so you're 2 rows away from the right, you're 2 rows away to the left. I like the idea of having sort of like a similar collage painting. It's just kind of like a little interesting feature. I'm going to place a couple of chests back here, maybe like one here, and maybe like one here against this back wall, just because it seems to make sense to have chests around. I'm going to place some item chests back here, maybe like one here, and maybe like one here against this back wall, just because it seems to make sense to have chests around. I'm going to place some item frames above here in between the 2 extractor fans, and below I'm going to have like flower pots and brewing stands, of course, for drinks. Inside those item frames you can kind of just place whatever. You might even want to have like a double chest in front here too. I'm going to have a spruce trap door so that the kitchen area, or, you know, I guess it is kind of like a kitchen slash worker area, is kind of like sectioned off a little bit. I'm also going to add some colourful carpet as well, a little bit around. Let me see. I mean, there's mainly one place that I kind of wanted, which is just the entrance. I like the idea of having like a red carpet, or maybe like a yellow carpet, or a red and yellow carpet leading from the entrance towards where you would order. So from like here to say there is good. Even have it bend around the corner, but I think that that's actually just about fine. And of course there's always plenty more opportunity to add more torches, not there, to add more torches about the place, like wherever you see fit. But it's a really cozy sort of environment around here, isn't it? Like it's a really cozy interior. I really like it. I love this. It's one of my favourite ones actually. It's just got such a nice feel. I don't know what it's about. It might just be the booths and the low ceiling. And when it comes to filling in those item frames at the back, I mean, here's some suggestions for you. So I'm not 100% sure what Dennys does. We've actually got a couple of them in England, believe it or not. But like bread isn't a bad idea, and where is it? Eggs aren't a bad idea to maybe chuck in there as well. I think the eggs are over here, yeah. And maybe like a couple of meats as well, just to chuck in the item frames at the back isn't a bad idea. Maybe like chicken and pork chops. So maybe like here, 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 and here. You know, fill them in with whatever you like, really. I'm not going to... Those are some suggestions, but feel free to kind of add in there whatever you want. And ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of it. I mean, the one other thing that you might want to do, this is what I usually do with floors, but I kind of decided against it this time. You might want to re-floor the kitchen area. So you might want to make...
Okay, I'll just do that quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just coming. I'm gonna quickly refill all this, guys, and I'm gonna end the video because it's my dinner time. Quickly, I have to do it quickly as I can. I'm just gonna quickly do this, and this, and now. Okay, good.
Very well done for making it this far. Let's have a look at this place. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what your Denny's will look like once it has been 100% fully completed.
Do you need to have some breakfast? Go to Denny's. This build is very nice, and just the dark and the birch and the red just suits well to add into my city, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video very, very much as I do. Like, this build is one of my most favorite ones I've ever done. Like, I love this build so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building Denny's. If you did, guys, enjoy this video, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day, guys. Peace out.